What happened after you slept with your best friend? Story 1. We had gotten drunk to celebrate me getting into med school, and 8 years of repressed sexual tension just poured out in a single night. The next 3 days, we were both in a panic daze. I thought I had lost my best friend for the best sex of my life, and I couldn't stop thinking it wasn't worth it. The sex was mind blowing, but no one made me feel as safe or as happy, and I would trade anything to keep that. He asked, would it be so crazy if we tried dating? We moved in together a month later. We've been together now for 7 years and we just got engaged. Saving up for a house and wedding. He's still my best friend. Story 2. We just bought an air fryer and a water cooler for our house, so I guess you could say things are pretty serious. Story 3. I lost my V card to my best friend back in 2006. We drifted apart afterwards, and I think about it a lot. I don't necessarily regret the experience, but I regret losing my best friend. Her and I were absolutely inseparable and did just about everything together. I hope she's doing well. She doesn't have social media anymore, but I wish she did so I could talk to her again. Story 4. I hated doing it with her because she said, "You're like a brother to me," after doing it. Story 5. She became my sorta kinda girlfriend, and we've been taking things very slowly. Story 6. I slept with my best friend a few times after we drank together, and we're still close years later. If it weren't for her moving across the country, I bet we'd still be best friends. It's weird that we were able to navigate that and stay completely platonic. It's not something that's brought up now. It's been over 10 years, but it wasn't weird for us at the time. She has a beautiful family, and I couldn't be happier for her. Story 7. We did a friends with benefits thing for about 3 years. Whenever we were both single, we'd hook up. She lived about 300 miles away. We used to sort of dance around the possibility of actually dating, even getting married, but we never pulled the trigger. The distance was too much, I think. We loved each other very much, got to the point where whether it was platonic or romantic love, it was very difficult to tell. And weirdly, neither of us was in a rush to figure it out. I guess we both had faith it would work itself out as it was supposed to. And it did. She met a great guy, dated him, and married him. I performed the ceremony. After it was over, at the reception, I gave her a hug and she kissed my cheek and smiled a little, flirtatiously. We both knew it was the last time she'd give me that look, and said, "Thanks for marrying me." It was one of the most purely loving, intimate moments of my life. We're still close, not like before, but we still love each other deeply, and we always will. That love just has a more clearly defined label now, and it's a label we both respect and cherish. So, yeah, it's not always a sad ending. Sometimes it's just a weird and beautiful intermission. Story 8. Nothing. We're still best friends. Then again, we've known each other for years and dated before we were friends. So we hooked up a few times here and there. We don't sleep together anymore. But yeah, nothing changed. Story 9. Hooked up with a longtime friend. She wanted to keep things platonic, so we did for a couple of years. Then she had a change of heart, so now we kiss and sleep together sometimes. It's fun, and I think it built a lot of trust between us that we are both genuinely in the friendship no matter what. No hard feelings if we keep things platonic. No expectations for sex or exclusivity. We just care about each other and are here for whatever comes. And sometimes we're what comes. Story 10. We had more, and went on for a few years when we were each between girlfriends/boyfriends. Only stopped when we were both in long-term relationships and eventually got married. Story 11. What happened is, I wanted more and fell totally in love with her. She didn't and thought it was a mistake. We tried staying friends. She became distant. I became weird. She decided that we shouldn't see each other anymore. At all. Story 12. My best friend and I slept together in high school, so marriage wasn't on either of our minds. Fast forward, she caught feelings in college, but I was seeing someone else, and I wasn't really happy about her going against our don't meddle in the other's relationships agreement. In the end, we kind of drifted apart. Story 13. I'm 50 years old and have known my best friend since I was 14 and he was 16. Every couple of years, we'd get bored and sleep together because sex is fun. The last time was in 1993, and then I moved to Russia and he got married. 30 years later, we're still going strong, and though we now live in different states, we see each other very often. He just came to visit over Christmas, and our kids are the age we were when we met. It's one of the best parts of my life, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. Story 14. Best friend for 7 years, and we both just went through really nasty breakups where we were both cheated on. Ended up sleeping together when he came over at around 4 a.m. one night. We ended up sleeping together daily for weeks after that. I ended up pregnant, and to be honest, I was terrified. I wasn't sure if he'd be willing to stick around given the circumstances. Turns out he was very excited. Having a family was all he ever wanted. We didn't start dating immediately. I didn't want us to be together solely for the fact that we were having a baby. I wanted to make sure there was an actual connection here. In October, after months of basically living together, we made it official. Baby boy is due any day now, and we couldn't be any happier. Having him come over that night in June was one of the best decisions I ever made. Story 15. We briefly dated before becoming best friends. We broke up, didn't see each other for a month, and then started hanging out again. We're best friends now. We see each other all the time. We cook dinner together, we go out together on the weekends, then we started sleeping together again. We see each other multiple times a week, and I've been living at his house for the last 10 days. I'm at work and he's doing my laundry right now. We tell each other that we love each other. Neither of us have been with another person since the day we met. We're just friends, though. Story 16. I never saw him again. His family was moving away, and we were both in college, away from home, so on our last break together, we spent a whole night doing all the things we loved. Got drunk. Next thing you know, we're doing it on one of the lakeside beaches under the stars. We said our goodbyes, hugged, and that was that. Story 17. We slept together again, and again, and again. Somewhere around year 2 of sleeping together but being just friends after we had literally moved in together, we had a relationship talk, and it was more me saying, hey, we live together, we share at least a meal every day, plan chores, etc. And if one of us is out on the town, odds are the other is along for the ride. We check all the boxes. I'm pretty sure we're a couple. Thoughts? Anyway, we've been married for over 3 years now, together for 5. She's still my best friend. Buying a house together soon. Story 18. I guess I'll be the anomaly here and say we did a few times. No romantic feelings developed on either side. We're still very much best friends. No awkwardness, no hesitation in the friendship. I'm gonna meet the girl he wants to marry soon, and I'm so excited to meet her. Hooking up didn't change our friendship. Just made us see we really are just friends. Story 19. At first, there was this, oh my god, what have we done moment. And at least I thought that I ruined it because not only was she my best female friend, she was also a family member of one of my best mates. But we soon found out we had a real attraction for each other when it came to having sex. So we kept doing it till she got a boyfriend 2 years ago. Story 20. He became my boyfriend, then my husband. Now we have a beautiful family, a cat and a dog. We plan on buying our first home in the next 2 years. We celebrated 7 years together yesterday as well. Sleeping with your best friend can lead to amazing things. I'm glad I gave him a chance. Story 21. It happened one drunken night, and nothing else came out of it. We have made out a few times in the past, but we still remained best friends. There was a period where I was trying to possibly make it more, but she had moved an hour and a half away and was already dating. I've been there to see all the boyfriends, good and bad. So now I just enjoy the friendship for what it is. I wouldn't want to lose that. We still talk all the time and we both have found wonderful partners. Story 22. I thought we both felt the same. I thought we both saw each other getting married in the future. Only I felt that way. I thought it was love. She thought it was sex. Everything started going downhill after that. And we eventually stopped talking after she wasn't there for me after a few bad events in my life. Story 23. Not only did I slept with my best friend, but it was also my first time. Not gonna lie, things were weird for a day or two until we did it again and again and again and again. Been married almost 20 years now.